Hi, my honey bunnies. We're going to talk about energy and we're going to try some fun makeup. Fun fact. I would not recommend experimenting with makeup when you're going somewhere. I'll speak for myself. When I'm going somewhere, I'm going to do something tried and true, something I've done before, you know? But tonight I have nothing going on. My parents are coming into town tomorrow and I'm one of those, I've got introverted tendencies. I'll say that. I love people and they give me a lot of energy. And also, I really value my alone time and I recharge by myself. So because I know I'm going to be with them for a lot, I'm giving myself tonight to be by myself, be quiet, regroup, recalibrate. And I'm excited for that. And so I was like, you know what I want to do tonight when it's just me, myself, and I? Play with makeup. How fun is that? So let's play together. I'll show you guys how I do it with clothes too. I love playing dress up by myself. I love honestly going through my clothes and my accessories and reminding myself who I have. I'm roll call. I'm who haven't I played with a little bit? So I like to do that with makeup too. So we're going to play with makeup and we're going to talk about energy. Because energy is expensive. Energy is very expensive. And what I mean by that is when you get to a certain place, that's my cat. Winnie, I can't open that window. It's way too hot outside. We don't want it open. She scrapes on the window when she wants it open. But girl, we can't open it, okay? I bought her a window seat that she doesn't. Oh, she's looking at it. No, she's not going to use it. She's getting down. She's livid. Okay. Energy. Okay, we're talking about energy. So, energy is so expensive. I forget when I started paying attention to perfect. Well, that's how I would do my hair. Is you want to leave one little piece that says, you don't know me. Okay? So we're doing that. That's a great look. I would correct it, but now it's too funny, isn't it? Me, myself, and I. Boop. Okay. So, energy. Sorry. The ADD is ADDing. Okay. Energy. Oh, yeah. I forget when I started realizing, I should pay attention to how I feel before I'm with somebody, during and after. Same thing with, honestly, when you do activities. I made a little breakthrough today. Yeah, I said little breakthrough because I did something that I've been doing this thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I've been doing this thing, this work job sort of thing I think I've done it I started before the pandemic. So whatever, 6 years. I've been doing it for a long time and it's always brought me joy. I've always loved it. I remember when I first started, I had so much energy after I would do it. And today, it hasn't been feeling the same for a while, but my frequency was different, so it's harder to channel my energy. But today, after I did it, I felt really, really tired and really, really drained. I was going to move the camera, but that might be annoying. I'm sorry. And it's a really great thing to realize okay, this thing doesn't give me energy anymore. What am I going to do? Because my energy is so expensive. And don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to try this makeup trend that I saw. One thing about me is you should read, but this is what plain is. I was going to start under, but maybe I should start over. Boop. Who knows? Okay, let's go like that. Ooh, interesting. And then if I go like that, I don't know. Okay? No one panic about the makeup. We're literally having fun. I have nowhere to go. So don't panic. Anyhow, so that is really important. Did the camera just fall? Okay. Things are going awry. Okay. So anyhow, your energy is one of the most expensive things that you have control over. One of my friends always says to measure things, things are either expensive by financial, energy, or time. And as you get older, wow, that looks weird. No, I have to play with it. But as you get older, I feel like when I was younger, I had so much energy, so time felt like I had so much of it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do something different with the other eye. We're just playing. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't have as much time in the sense of, like, I don't have as much energy. Like, I don't want to be running around New York the way I was when I first moved here, like a maniac. I was a freaking maniac. When I first moved to New York, I had like 4 jobs. I mean, I was a late show. I was a page at the Late Show with David Letterman, which is so cool, but they don't pay you very much. So I'd have 2 other jobs on top of that, 2 or 3, I forget. It was a lot of jobs. And so I essentially worked all the time, but I loved it. It was like no problem. That looks kind of interesting. Something's happening. I regret the under, but let me see what I can do with under. And now I really think the most valuable thing I have is I would actually do energy over time, because something could be really short and absolutely drain me. Things are happening. You can see it. Things are happening. So now my energy is just like the most important thing that I have. And it's really sad or not sad, but when you have growth and when you start changing and listening to yourself, you inevitably start to feel like separation from people or things you used to do. You're like, this used to feel really good. Like, I can't tell you how many things used to feel really good that don't anymore. Like, actually stand up was something that for a really long time, black too, I don't know. I really don't know. It just did darken it a tad. Stand up felt so fun for so long, and then it stopped feeling fun. And it felt really hard and really tiring and really exhausting. And I really didn't want to do it anymore. And that's such a bummer, because there's a time where you're like, oh my God, I found this thing that feels good, and now I know how to feel good, and I'm always going to feel good because I have this thing. And then if you're really true to yourself and listening to yourself, after a little bit, you're going to be like, okay, it doesn't feel the way that it did before. And some things always will. Like, there are some things in my life that always feel good, and people who have always felt good. But it's a beautiful thing to realize when things don't, and how you can, make decisions and change that. So I think I found out something like didn't align the way that it used to, including, that's the bottom that's interesting. Here's what we're also going to try. I know what you're thinking. Jesse, that looks like bedazzled jewels of some sort? Correct. I have decided that why aren't we gluing more things to our face? Like, why don't I have gems on my face more? First, a long answer. I tried to do it for the Mermaid Parade. Let me tell you something. I couldn't figure it out. They're so small, and it took me a long time, because I probably have to practice. Okay. So I'm going to practice tonight. This is me practicing. Okay. Well, hold on. Come on. Okay, good. I wanted okay. All right. So yeah, checking your energy is a really hard, difficult thing, because sometimes things that were aligned aren't aligned, and that sucks. But it's also cool and beautiful. And also, when something doesn't feel good at a certain time doesn't mean it won't feel good later or in a different situation. But my body is so loud. And by that, I mean, I used to hate this about myself. Like, okay, so for years I walked around with a perpetual stomach ache. I was like, I must be allergic to water, because my stomach hurts all the time. Before I eat, after I eat. I remember I was dating this person, okay, who, whenever I wasn't around them, or sometimes even when I was, my stomach would hurt so much. And I was like, I wonder what it is. It's so crazy. I'm so anxious. I have no idea why. I did know why. I just didn't want that to be the case. But okay, let's see. My body was absolutely okay. You see that? Do you see that? Okay. So my body was absolutely, should we go up? Should we go, maybe we go out. Let's go out. I'm going to try to go out. Yeah. My body was absolutely being like, we are not comfortable with this person. This person makes our whole body uncomfortable. This is where I have trouble. Come on now. And my body's always been kind of loud to the point where it is annoying. Like after the work thing I had today, I collapsed on the couch and I was like, okay, I guess I'm done for the day. Even though I was like, oh wow, I had all these plans. But now my body is extremely tired and I should just rest up anyway. But as soon as I admitted to myself on the couch that, oh, maybe that thing doesn't align anymore. Energy back. I was like, oh my God, I want to go play with makeup and I'll make a video, make a YouTube. And here we are. Son of a gun. All right. So let me, the problem is I'm not good yet. But you know what's cool? I can't recommend doing something you're bad at and just being comfortable with it. Because, okay, so what I'm using is eyelash glue, which is funny because actually I normally have I don't really use eyelash glue because I had a reaction one time, but that's only if it's in my eye, not if it's on my face. So, come on, baby. Okay, so what I try to do, and it'll take time, is take the eyelash glue and then get these little gems that I think I just bought like a big bedazzled kit because it has a flat back because your face is flat. Well, you know what I mean. You're telling me that's not so freaking cool? That's cool. And that didn't take me that long. I didn't time myself. I don't know when I started, but I don't think it took that long. I mean, this is going somewhere like a little special, but okay. So anyhow, my body is loud. I also bet that your body is loud. It's really important to realize that like things that you might think are annoying about yourself are just signals, especially when you're not listening. I didn't listen to my body for so long. Like all growing up, first of all growing up, you see my beautiful hands, all growing up, I was a girl who bit my nails so bad, and not just my nails, like my cuticles. I used to joke it didn't matter if I signed my tests because my tests had blood on them. Because I'd be picking my nails and my fingers so badly that that I was bleeding like all of the time. And that was anxiety. I also had trichotillomania, if you're interested, if anyone knows what that is. It's when you pull your own hair out because you have anxiety. And I did that for a really long time too. And I was always so mad at myself. Like, it just made me so mad at myself. And I felt like I was at war with myself. And I felt like, why am I like doing this? It just felt like I was so helpless and also the absolute villain in my own story. I'm like, well, I'm the one doing it. So literally, who am I supposed to be mad at? It's me. And then I realized, girl, your body is so loud. Like, I had a lot of stuff going on when I was a kid. I can go into it if people want another time. But the point is, like, I was silent about how I felt, but my body was so loud. And it's like an amazing thing, you know? It's like my superpower. That when I'm dysregulated or something is going wrong in my life, I'm like, well, unfortunately, I'll get a sty in my eye. I'm like, I'll get a sty in my eye. Okay, I messed up a little here because my hands are getting sticky. And I guess that's why you're supposed to use the tweezers, but I can't see that working for me. All right, let's not panic about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like looking at the things that your body does, even including gaining weight and losing weight. So I have always fluctuated. I think most people do. Go ahead. I think most people do. But we live in a society that weight is such a stressful thing, and I know that. I did have an eating disorder for a long time, which I can also talk about, but essentially, when we fluctuate, for me at least, it's my body telling me stuff again. Like, it's my body communicating that either it's using food as comfort, it's using food as like self-soothing. It's anytime I've gained or lost weight, like in a healthy way, by the way, like, like I'll gain weight over time. I won't really even notice until like one of my pants don't fit. And then I'm like, oh, sorry, these are my favorite pants, and I'm freaking out. But other than that, like I don't really think anybody notices on a day-to-day basis. And I remember when that first happened, and when clothes get loose, you will go out and you will buy yourself something that will fit. Because we live in a society where we reward a lot of times that certain behavior. But when I fluctuate in any direction, I always get myself pretty clothes and pretty things. And I would say more than half of my wardrobe is built for fluctuation. It has elastic waistbands, whatever it is that makes it so I look at getting dressed as playing, and I look at it as creating. And so I want to be able to use all the paint in my palette, in my, closet. And I also don't want to punish myself, which I think a lot of times we're trained to do. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm going deep, and I'm also doing a sparkle eye. So get you a girl who can do both. I think that's really cool. I'm not sure how long it took me, but that's okay. So my message to myself today is pay attention to your energy, guard your energy with your life. It's the most important thing I think you have. And when something's off, instead of getting mad at yourself, like now when I start picking my nails, old me would be like, ugh, I'm doing that thing again. I can't believe I'm doing that. Ugh, I hate that. Oh, now my finger is bleeding, blah, blah. I try to talk to myself same way I would talk to my best friend and go, oh, what's making you anxious? What are we thinking about that's causing you anxiety? And I think when you start realizing like your body is the best and just constantly communicating with you and trying to help, you can be a little kinder to it. She's a crier. Because I honestly feel like when you think about it, like, I think self-love is talked about not correctly online. And it's something I want to start talking about more, but we look at self-love and we only think about like body positivity and the outside, which is so not important. Like, your body's so not important, it's the inside. It's like what's getting you places. It's getting to see, the sunsets, or getting to play. that's so cool. Like, my arms right now, my hands are letting me do this. So I think we all just need to be a little kinder to ourselves. Oh, it gets me so emotional because I think about, you know, there was a time where I really was so mean to myself a lot. And I think now when I really, you know, zoom out or, you know, look around at like this beautiful life that I have and how happy I feel and how free I feel and celebrated I feel in my own life by myself. Like, like I celebrate myself the loudest on a Tuesday. I let myself do, like, I just go like, go, oh, you want to do that? Do it. Like, I think once you realize that you can give yourself the permission that you're looking for from other people or other things or, okay, this one, we're going to figure it out. Interesting. I'm just trying 2 different eyes. Why not? This one I love. This one I really got to whip out. You know what I mean? This one I'll figure out. I implore you to do that. And here's a little exercise if you want one. Like sometimes I'll do this. So I'll write a list of all the things I love about my sister or like my best friend. Someone who I just absolutely simply love and think are the, you know, is the bee's knees, if you will. I'll pay attention to that list. And actually the reason I used to do that was to help myself, because I used to, when I thought about myself, first thing I thought of was like all just about arms, face. It just like it was just nitpicking all the things. And then, whoops, forgot that was there. Like all the things that you're criticizing yourself for, when you think about your friend or your sister, it never will come up. Like you won't care. You might be like, ugh, I'm so mad that I haven't, you know, gone to the grocery store or gotten myself groceries. And then when you see your amazing, fantastic, like magical, wonderful friend, and she's like, I haven't gotten groceries. You're like, girl, you live in a fairy home. And you got a mushroom tree out front. Like, what do you mean? Who cares? Who cares? You're living this gorgeous, beautiful life. Why are you fixating on something so silly? So that's like a fun little exercise to do if you're needing to do that. Today, I'm just so excited I realized the energy thing. And then also, like, I'm going to try the blue as well. Yeah, I'm trying gems tonight. I'm going to see how fast I can. Oh my God, it's already 23. I can't believe how much I can talk. I don't know if it was consecutive talking, but you know what? We were doing art at the same time. And what I love about myself is I do love to talk. I've always loved to talk. I actually think I learn when I talk. So that's why I started, I think I told you guys this, but like when I went on my first journey with figuring out my own psyche and why I was having all these medical issues, which then when I went to this doctor who tested me on everything, he said, yeah, it's all stress. And I went, oh, wait, there's no magical, like, who's going to fix that? And it was like, you better figure out what the hell's going on. So once I started, oh dear, come on. It's okay. Once I started that journey, I started podcasting because I realized when I write, maybe because I'm dyslexic and writing, like I'm very focused, my brain can't get ahead, if that makes sense. Which I think if you listen to anyone who journals, they'll be like, and then I surprised myself and wrote this. And I'm like, I'm never surprising myself. I feel like I'm Anne Frank and my diary's going to get discovered and I want it to win an award, you know? Like, I can't separate. But when I talk, my brain will go like I will say something before my brain realizes I'm saying it, which is why I also think like I'll cry sort of, because I'll be like, who the hell just said that or thought that, or oh my God, how did we get here? Imagine I did it around the eyebrow or something. Again, let me just show y'all. And I actually have a bunch. So this could be a fun thing that we try. And you guys get to watch an absolute, who knows if this is crazy to watch. But I think it's exciting. These kind of look like bubbles. I like a bubble. Let's try a few bubbles, shall we? So anyhow, I think I learned this about myself. And so as I've been recommitting myself to, you know, learning who I am now, you kind of have to re-meet yourself. I feel like every year it's like you hopefully do so much growth and change that you're like, okay, everything that worked last year might not be working. And also I just need to make sure like the things I want might change, the things that feel good. Okay, bubbles are cool. So whenever I'm doing a little reintroduction, it feels nice to have a space that I can sort of talk and find myself, if you will. And YouTube feels like a great place to do it. So here I am. And here I am. Okay. And then, oh, and she lost one. That's fine. That's part of the game, girl. This is part of the game. You meet me at a party, you see my eyes are like this, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I met the fairy. The fairy princess. This is cool. Okay, before we stop, because I just want to quickly, I used to do this. We might not like it, but again, I got nowhere to go. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes it's fun to play with the eyebrows. Interesting. Can't really see it. Hold on. With the eyebrows. And you know what? A lot of times, okay, great. And I missed. A lot of times with makeup, I'm like, you should have stopped. But I love how fearless I am. I am fearless, and I should be. Again, I'm not going anywhere. All right, let's just try for fun. We're going to try above. Okay, interesting. You know what? I don't like it. But I love that I tried it. I have to figure out something cool I can do with my eyebrows, but I'm not going to glue stuff to it because that would be bad. Anyhoozle. I hope this was informative. I really have so much to talk to you guys about, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on in here. My parents are about to be here. I was thinking about doing like a little talk with them or something, or some content with them if they want to. Who knows? Sometimes they get nervous. So we'll see if they're feeling brave or if all of a sudden they're like nervous, which I get that. But yeah, thank you so much for playing with me tonight. Wasn't this fun? And let me know. I feel like, yeah, I gotta be doing this more. I got to be doing this more. I think this is so pretty. Okay, comment. I'm reading all your comments, okay? And I am gonna try to, last time actually, but if you have questions or want me to talk about certain topics, put it down there. And if not, also share the way your bodies are loud if you want to. I think it's so cool. Okay, bye guys.